I think the All-Star game in general needs a little revamping because it used to be competitive.
Yeah.
It used to be competitive, and fans want to see the best pickup game in the world. That's what this is. They don't want to see you running up and down and dunking and doing all this crazy. They want to see what happens when you get this collection of best basketball players on the planet, and they play and they go head up against each other.
Man.
I mean, you guys play harder at a pickup game in UCLA.
For real.
And ain't billions of people watching.
For real.
Yeah, we do.
Bars, homie.
From the great one himself.
He wasn't lying.
Hey, at first I thought that was Matt.
I was like, did I say that?
It sounds just like him.
I thought that was Matt. I ain't gonna lie.
That's very high praise, man.
It is.
Hey, man, Cousin Matt is back with us, man.
Yo.
Yes.
Welcome back. Got an arm. I'm not going to ask you what happened to your arm, but he's in a sling. He's here in the present.
I'll be all right. Thank you for having me. Glad to be back.
Like that hoodie, man.
Yeah, WNBA, man.
Got to represent.
Oh yeah, that's fire. Shout out to you.
Appreciate it.
Don't be scared of that mic today.
Nah,
I ain't going to say nothing.
I'm on it.
You on it? Pause.
Whoa. Hey yo.
Welcome one. Welcome.
It's crazy.
Hey, is this the last episode of Black History Month?
It is.
What's today?
The 20th?
No,
No, we got one.
Nah, we
more.
got one more. We got one more.
We can squeeze it in.
Listen, it's short. Don't speed it up.
Right. Well, as always, during Black History Month, we highlight one unsung hero. This week's unsung hero is Arthur Wharton. He was the first professional soccer player in history of our culture. Born in Jamestown off the coast of Ghana, Wharton became the first black professional soccer player in the English Professional League.
Oh.
Wharton was a goalie and occasionally a winger who made 54 overall appearances across 4 professional seasons. In 2023, he was elected to the English Football Hall of Fame. Shout out to one of our pioneers.
Shout out to that black man.
Nice. What year was that?
When he got inducted.
No, when he was playing? Or does it say?
I didn't do that much research.
You said a year.
In 2003, he got elected into the English Hall of Fame.
Oh, I thought you said the year he made his debut in the EPL. No?
Nah. It's not.
Oh.
Yeah, we can find it.
But either way.
Hey, shout out to Arthur.
And shout out to that black man.
First of all, yeah, goalie and winger is not a combo you hear often.
No.
Hey, versatile, man. That's
like
what we do.
It's like a guard and a safety.
No, like legit. Like those usually don't mix.
All right.
All right. Welcome one, welcome all, welcome near, welcome far. Welcome to the world's greatest sports podcast, the Somebody Said podcast.
Burr.
Where we talk sports, we're petty, and we talk a little bit of music here and there. Check out that Miley Cyrus album.
Bro, there's no way that's where you're starting this show.
I'm cool with it though.
I'm not.
We talk hockey, we talk football, basketball. We talk everything. We no gripe from Asha this week, but we have NBA, we have a little bit of football, college football. And Cousin Matt got a question for us.
A fun NFL topic that I thought we could talk about for a minute.
Save it. Let's shout out our sponsors. The Red Lady Rum Punch.
Put a pin in that.
Put a pin in that. The official beverage
He
of
set you up, bro.
He did.
I paused.
It be your own family. Like,
That's terrible.
The Red Lady Rum Punch, the official beverage of the Somebody Said podcast. Go grab you one. There's 87 different locations with that particular can in the store, so you can check them out. Reese,
When am I going to be able to drink this?
You didn't
go
have
ahead.
one?
Go ahead.
Huh?
You didn't have one?
Yeah, I had one. I want that one.
Take it.
Yeah, I mean,
Have it.
I can have it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Is it not a prop? We're
We'll
not
keep
saving
propping
for the
it up
prop?
after you
Yeah.
drink it.
An empty can? I'm not doing
They
that.
don't know the can's empty.
Yeah, exactly.
They will know the can's
Well,
empty.
well, now that you said it, you
Yeah,
left the cow in the bag now. Jeez.
Well, if I cracked it right in the camera, they're going to be like,
We have other cans.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
Red Lady Rum Punch. Tastes great. Drink it. Pop it. Sip it. Also, we are sponsored by Window to Wall Solutions, where they build a dream home for a reality price. How we looking, Breeze?
Bro, I need somebody to buy this house. No. Listen, people. I should edit this with like the black and white with like the sad music in the back. If you would like to sponsor a local St. Petersburgian who's fallen himself on hard times, please purchase a home in the Gulfport neighborhood at 5137 9th Avenue. I have to buy a new car. Somebody buy this house so I can get a car. How's someone get to work? I'm going to lose my job.
You heard the man. Check him out. What's the address?
5137 9th Avenue South.
Check it out. It'll sell itself if you just stop by. Hopefully, I see what kind of show this is gonna be.
What?
I'm just over here on the board, man. I'm sorry.
Are we sponsored by anybody else?
Hell no.
That is it. Nope.
Well, there you have it. Check us out on the socials. Check us out on Instagram at Somebody Said Podcast. Check us out on Twitter at Somebody Said Pod. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so we could go live at Somebody Said Sports. Also, check out the website at sspsports.com. I'm not going to...
Yep. No, just
Leave it alone.
Yeah,
keep it
no article, but you can post one if you want to. All right, fellas. Without further ado, let's jump right into NBA. Let's just get right into it.
It sucked.
Y'all actually watched?
Is that by far the worst All-Star game we've seen?
Y'all actually watched?
No.
it?
It was a combined 400 points of scoring.
It was the worst highlights I've seen because I didn't watch it. I didn't waste my time.
All right,
I wasn't wasting mine.
let's step back first. Let's highlight the weekend. You had the skills competition, which was won by Team Pacer, led by
Hallie.
Tyler Halliburton. Halliburton. Halliburton to Halliburton. Led by him. They won the skills competition. My guy Dame won the 3-point competition, second year in a row.
Wow.
Right.
That was I sensed the sarcasm. What's that all about?
Who cares?
Shout out to Dame. And I posted on Twitter about, because the dunk contest is normally saved for the end of the night, you know. And for several years and counting, it has been one of the most underwhelming as UConn gets upset, the number one team in the country, by Creighton.
Shout out to Creighton.
Wow.
Greatest Creighton Blue Jay.
John Stockton?
No.
Nah, it's a zag.
We'll circle back to it.
Doug McDermott.
I was thinking that.
Stop it.
He's got I think he's like
He
the
holds
all-time leader.
a lot of records.
He's the all-time scoring leader.
All right, tangent. We're going off on a
Okay.
tangent. But yeah, the dunk contest is always heralded as the showstopper, the Showtime event, and it was very underwhelming. The participants were Jaylen Brown, Jamie Jaquez, Jacob Toppin, and of course Matt McClung, who eventually won it. But it was extremely underwhelming. What do you guys think about it? My personal thoughts are that they should make that the first event. If you're not going to have superstars playing in the dunk contest or participating in the dunk contest, put that at the top of the lineup. Because I thought that the 3-point shootout was a lot more competitive, especially with Sabrina and Steph. That was more competitive. Hopefully they get Caitlin Clark and Dame on the team and Steph and Sabrina on the team and make something out of that. You know, you'll garner more attention. But who the hell is Jacob Toppin?
Obi Toppin's brother?
Yeah. Great value, Obi.
Do we care about Obi? So I think they got to do something different. What do you guys think?
I mean, I gave you my suggestions, I think, last year. Again, you go on the Instagrams and you see some of these street ballers who just do all kinds of ridiculous tricks. It's okay to grab some of those guys, give somebody a chance. If stars don't want to appear, which clearly they don't anymore, right, and you have to get these other guys. It was cool when they got quote unquote other guys like Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine. Right. Those weren't huge stars yet.
That was an anomaly though.
But I'm saying they weren't. You give me that face. They weren't stars yet.
Zach LaVine was a guy. And Aaron Gordon was a top 5 pick?
Not in that moment. They grew to become those guys.
When you saw
wait. Zach was he was an all-star that year, I thought.
No. He
was an all-star none of those years he was in that.
Zach just made an all-star game with the Bulls. I thought it was his first all-star game. His first all-star.
And we've never heard of Aaron Gordon before that.
Point is, again,
Aaron Gordon he was a lottery pick.
What does that mean nowadays?
No. Like Aaron Gordon was supposed to come into the league and be like a guy. Like he had carried Arizona into the tournament.
Again, what does that mean?
No, but you can't say you never heard of him. No, he wasn't
you know what I mean. As far as production in the league, what was he doing?
That's what I'm saying. So
that's
again,
fair.
guys, not those guys.
Right.
Fine, you can be a top 5 pick and you suck.
You're right. Brandon Bennett.
We knew who he was, though, is what I'm saying.
You know who all these guys are if you watch basketball. Yeah. We know who Obi Toppin's brother is. His last name's Toppin. Like, he must be related to Obi.
And Obi ain't that good, but
no.
Point being. So again, you still had guys who were more at least creative. Right. Watching Jaylen Brown do the D Brown and forget to cover his eyes
and jumped over Kaisonat sitting down.
So now all of a sudden we're getting the recycled dunks again too. Let's jump over Shaq. Let's jump over more people. It's corny. It's getting corny. Like, just nix it unless you're gonna come up with something better or get guys who are creative.
Put some money on it.
That too, both.
Give them an M.
They got money already.
Yeah, I don't even think the money's gonna matter.
Oh,
what
type of money they get for that?
No, do you think money would entice a guy like LeBron in his prime?
$500,000. LeBron just went all out to win $500,000 in an in-season tournament. That means nothing.
Those games mattered. They're still regular season games.
They count towards the bottom line.
Apparently, LeBron don't care about regular season games like that because he just be chilling. He already said after the All-Star game he might not play this.
And also, it was different.
It was the money.
It was different. It was the first of its kind. Like, the dunk contest has been around for years. Like, to be the first to do something kind of means something to LeBron.
Let me ask you this. If Anthony Edwards throw some money at Anthony Edwards, maybe you have a chance. Right now, there's no reason for Ant-Man to go out there and participate in a dunk contest. And you throw him some cheese, you might have a chance to get him.
Honestly, Breeze, that goes back to something that I've always said.
You about to go old man.
The lack of competitiveness.
No, you're absolutely right.
Do you think LeBron is to be blamed for this? Because if you look at the history of the dunk contest, Jordan did it, Kobe did it, Tracy McGrady, Vince, stars. This is what you do. Yes. This is you're
it's a rite of passage.
Like, you get knighted. This is what you have to do. Kobe did it 2 years. Jordan did it 2 years.
Yeah, you do it. You win it a couple of times.
Dwight
and
did
you
it
move
when he
on.
was at the height of his career.
Yeah. But LeBron kind of set this precedent as a superstar. Like, you don't have to do this. If LeBron don't do it, then KD's like, why do I have to do it? And then it's like a trickle down effect.
I'll also kind of add something to that. I feel like, again, even in today's kind of, especially basketball culture, where I don't think that guys really feel the need to prove themselves. Where I think it was Kenny Smith said, when he talked to Michael Jordan, he was like, well, why did you do the dunk contest? He's like, I want to show everybody I was better than you guys. I want to show I'm better than you at everything. He even entered the 3-point contest. He lost, but he tried.
Yeah.
Right.
You go in there and you want to prove yourself. So now LeBron does that. If the GOAT ain't got to do it, then these guys who are celebs on IG in high school, well, what I need to do that, bro? You already know who I am.
Right.
I don't need to jump out the gym.
It's like a broken tradition.
Right.
Thanks to LeBron.
He broke the mold.
Yeah.
And then the whole throwing 500,000 at Ant Edwards, it's like, well, he already got 250 coming down the pipe.
I mean, I'm just, but maybe.
But what could help also though is if you want to get this super max, let's just add the dunk contest participation in the contract.
Oh, like all-star participation? All-star weekend participation.
You got to get all these to get the super max.
Like an incentive in your contract,
So instead of the 500, it's like, all right, you want to get this a little quicker? You need to participate in this competition because this is going to draw all the eyes. It's more money for everybody. That's something they could do for the dunk contest.
The money aspect of it too is like I know how much those ticket prices. I remember trying to see about going to All-Star game when it was in Chicago, and I think Cousin Ashley went to like some of the events leading up. And I remember asking like, how much? He's like, cuz. And that's what I get for the final show. Like, I'm not spending my money for that anymore. Now, there's people that still do it because those are celebrities. They're there to just mingle anyway. But as a basic fan, if I ever come across the money to even afford to do that, I'd rather say, you know what, bump it. I'll save double. I'll go to the Super Bowl and sit in the nosebleeds. I'm not paying for that.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Right. And they're doing it in layup lines before games anyways. Why not do it on that stage?
LeBron.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
All right, I mentioned the 3-point contest. Dame won his second one back-to-back. I posed the question to you guys in the group chat about is he an all-time shooter or all-time 3-point shooter? And you guys kind of gave me different answers.
Yes.
So my question to you.
No, he's the all-time greatest shooter.
I said behind Steph, though.
No. Oh, you said behind Steph?
Yes.
Oh, still no.
It's still
Yeah,
no.
so I want to pose the question to you guys. Give me your top 5.
5?
Top 5 shooters of all time in no particular order, unless you want to do
Steph,
order.
Clay.
It's Steph in the field.
Yeah,
Nah,
Steph, Clay.
I'm not
Give me 4
disrespecting
more.
Reggie and Ray like that.
Reggie Ray.
At the clip that he does it, it's the field, which is
I mean, yeah, I feel like saying Steph in the field is disrespectful.
So we got
To
Steph, Reggie,
and Ray. I put Clay in there.
Clay's 4.
yeah.
And Dame's 5.
I might go like Pedro
Bird.
Stojakovic. I'm old.
All right,
See,
bro.
and that's why I asked, what's the criteria? Because, you got guys nowadays who'll jack up 11, 12 threes a game. But if we look at what the 3-point shootout was, Craig Hodges was that guy. He won 3 straight.
He was.
Steve Kerr was a great 3-point
Yes,
shooter.
he
Mark
was.
Price was an amazing
Yes, he
3-point
was.
shooter. You just didn't shoot.
One of the Berries. Was it?
Brent Berry?
Brent? Was it Brent or
I
Rick?
think it was Brent
One of the Bears.
or John.
I think y'all are reaching though.
One of the Berries.
But I'm okay with saying Dame's top 5.
I'm
I'm okay with that.
I mean, if you want to,
Sure, I
then
guess.
he's 5.
He's 5.
Because he's not over any of those guys.
Yeah, honestly, me as a personal, give me Pedro Stojakovic over Dame as a 3-point shooter.
Really?
I'm
Because
definitely
Pedro also did it when like it wasn't a thing. Like everybody shoots threes now. The big men shoot threes now. Joel Embiid shoots threes, and
Well,
the
if
Joker
you- if
shoots
you look
threes, and
at-
AD shoots
If
threes.
you look at Dame's game, his range isn't like
Wait, we're
outside
talking
of
about
Steph.
range, or we're talking about being shooters. Those are different
And that's-
things.
and that's why I put him in the Carmelo box.
The range of how you shoot is it shows how well you shoot. Like if you could walk into near a half court shot and make it look like a
layup.
day-to-day
Yeah,
bucket.
Pistol Pete could do it. Nobody cared.
But he never did it. But that
Yes,
shows
he did. It
Oh,
was only 2
consistently?
points. It was only 2 points. So why would I
saying-
continue to do it? But he's done it.
So again, that's
And then you look at Dame and he's hitting those kind of shots in clutch moment. Like one could argue he's more clutch than Steph, even though Steph's a better shooter.
So again, that's
When
why, that's why I looked up those numbers. Larry Bird's a better 3-point shooter percentage wise. So is Clay. So is Ray. So is Reggie. All these guys are better percentage wise. I think again, even though they didn't shoot it at a higher clip, if you let Steve Kerr shoot 10 threes a game, he's knocking down 4 or 5.
Okay.
He's one of the best 3-point shooters ever.
yeah, I agree.
But he's
I'm
not
mad at
shooting
that.
10 a game. Let Steve Kerr shoot 10 a game.
Yeah.
He's making 5. That's all he has to do.
All right.
Yeah, I agree with that. Actually,
Let Dame retire. Let's see what the numbers are.
He still
It's
got
gonna be
time.
great.
Yeah, he still got
He's
time.
going to the Hall of Fame.
I think he's killing his legacy the more he plays. But that's me. This
That's-
Milwaukee move is tarnishing his legacy. The team looks bad now. They got a horrible head coach. They're gonna get knocked out of the playoffs. This has done more bad for his legacy than if he would have just stayed in Portland.
That's another conversation.
It is.
Yeah, it's disappointing, especially in today's league. I think it matters too much.
All right. Yeah. I mean, so before we jump into the second half of the season, because I kind of want to get some thoughts. Do you guys think that the 3-point contest should be the final event?
Yes.
Sure. I didn't watch any of it.
You
Play the
you
All-Star
you
game
don't
on
care
Friday.
too much about
The
All-Star
whole
games.
thing sucks.
Yeah,
It's all crappy now.
Play the All-Star game on Friday
Sure.
and do the 3-point shootout on Sunday.
And
Let that be the last
incorporate
event.
Pop, are you still
incorporate the-
buzzing?
I don't know. Which
No,
one
it's not
it is.
me.
I think it is you.
It's this guy. Must be the new guy.
Ryan started the fire.
Rookie. Guys.
Good.
All right, post All-Star. Give me your biggest storyline I got Lakers making a crazy run out west.
Clippers making a crazy run.
They're already making a crazy
They're
run.
gonna continue it.
They're gonna continue it.
You a Flippers fan?
No, I'm a Russ fan.
Oh, somebody's still buzzing.
Oh, relax.
The Miami Heat going to run again.
I called that.
It's very Heat-like.
Yep,
I called that.
that might be a lazy take though.
I think it's good.
What do you think about the young Timberwolves over there?
I don't trust Cat.
You don't trust Cat?
I don't like Cat either, so that's probably I'm judgy.
We in Minnesota now.
I look at Minnesota the same way I look at Oklahoma. They're young, so like they literally go all out every night, and like they're playing against the Nuggets. You're like, yeah, we don't have to do that. They're playing against KD. It was like, I'm not doing that. LeBron's not doing that. So sure, it's almost like winning the President's Trophy in hockey. That means you're probably not going to win a championship.
You know what's cool about OKC and Minnesota? I think OKC they need to get their butts whooped in the playoffs. To see what it's like to lose, to go through a strenuous series. So let's say like OKC plays the Lakers. We're betting the Lakers to win in what, 6?
Yeah,
Sure.
And that's great. I don't think they're overachieving. They're a year early to me. Timberwolves and OKC, they need to get their butts whooped in the playoffs, come back next year. We know what we got to do. Then they're actually going to be a contender for those two teams. That's what I view them.
I still think Oklahoma needs another danger scorer. Like
Outside of
they can't-
Chet.
They got a dangerous one.
I think it's SGA.
Giddey. He's dangerous.
Who?
Giddey's dangerous.
He's dangerous, not on the court. He's dangerous at high school proms. Like who other than SGA? Who am I afraid of?
You know
on
how I
that
feel about Chet.
scoring the ball.
Chet-
I think
Chet-
Chet's
Chet-
fine.
Chet's not there yet.
He could develop into that guy.
No,
So
I'm not scared of that this year though in the
He's a
playoffs.
rookie.
But 80's clamping.
speaking to his point, like give him a couple more years to kind of go through the battles.
They got them. Still got them draft picks. They can still get a guy.
Don't mention draft picks around.
That's what I was kind of wondering. Like for you guys, like you look at a team like even Cleveland. Cleveland's up there. They're number 2 in the East right now. No. I say that because I don't trust any young team honestly going into the playoffs.
Right.
There's nothing proven about them. Like
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards, cool, balling, OKC, cool, but let them come up against a veteran team like the Lakers, sitting there in the 6th seed. I wouldn't want to play the Lakers if I'm a young team. It sounds good, but LeBron knows what to do to beat y'all.
Right.
And he's playing for the playoffs. I think these young teams, they're not playing for they're just playing.
So you think they're going to burn out?
Well, I don't know if they burn out. Winning in the regular season, winning the playoffs ain't the same.
Playoff basketball is
And
different.
they just don't know how to win the playoffs. And LeBron's like, yeah, I'll hang around in the play-in and be a 7-6 seed, sure. And I'm really going to crank it up in the playoffs. So, yeah, y'all beat me 3 times in the regular season. This ain't that, bro.
Do it when it matters.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, and the last time we saw the Timberwolves in the playoffs, they gave up like 3 20-point leads. I think they gave up 2 20-point leads in one game. That's crazy. And it's like, and my thing is like,
outrageous.
did y'all learn from that? And that's what I want to see in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Did you learn from that? Because like, what happens when y'all go against, I don't know, Golden State or a Sacramento in the second round? Like, will y'all beat them?
Well, not having Jaden McDaniels, I think, kind of messed them up a little bit because he is their best perimeter defender. He's their best wing defender. So it'll also be interesting to see what they look like healthy.
True.
Another guy that I'm hoping that learns from all his past mishaps is Tatum. It's time for him to kind of take that. I know he's still young, but he's been to either a conference finals or a finals every year he's been in the league.
How you gonna say you're young now?
He's still young.
He been in the league, what, 8 years?
No, he's been in the league, what, 6?
Yeah.
He's what, 25, 26? So I think he's battle tested and it's time to kind of go over that hump.
Yeah, it's a
It's
7th year.
time.
7th year?
It's time.
Yeah,
He's just chronologically young. He's been in the league for a while, and I think he is who he is.
I'm tired of it.
I don't know if he's going to take the next step.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Are you condemning him based on the fact that he hasn't been successful early on in his career?
I mean, again, year 7. How much more time you want to give him?
He's young.
Dude,
chronologically, yes.
7 years, and you've been on the pretty much the best team 6 out of those 7 years.
Has he though?
Well,
that was actually gonna be my next question. Like, have they been championship
LeBron
caliber
left,
rosters.
LeBron left what, his second year in Boston?
Sure.
Who's his biggest?
Giannis.
Well, who was on his team? Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown,
Kyrie, but Jaylen Brown
He still ain't got a left.
Wait. Jaylen Brown, first of all, didn't start showing up in the playoffs until this past year.
Yeah.
And then he
Kyrie, they didn't have the chemistry thing with Kyrie. And even when you just looked at their roster, I think to me the wildest part about Boston this year, if they're going to come out of the East, it might sound outrageous. It sounds outrageous in my head. Is Kristaps Porzingis staying healthy?
I think it's Drew.
That's actually not crazy.
Well,
because he's been
I think
pretty
Drew.
solid.
I think Drew is going to mean a lot to them in the playoffs. One for his defense, but also his leadership and his veteran, presence on the court. But Porzingis brings something in a big around the rim and shooting the ball that they haven't had. Like, Al Horford will get hot. He hit like 9 threes in one game, but he ain't really blocking shots like that for
He's
real.
also my age.
He's also a little bit older. So if Porzingis actually stays healthy, which is wild to say in 2024,
Right.
I think that would be the difference.
But what is Porzingis going to do against a Joel Embiid if healthy?
He doesn't have
He doesn't
to.
have to do
He don't need
anything.
to
You don't have to.
Stop
He's gonna have
everybody.
to defend him.
Stop everybody.
Not really.
No,
They don't have to.
Let Joel drop 50. Let them
50.
let them other bums get something.
We're gonna put Drew on Maxey. We're gonna dare Tobias Harris to show up.
So
Yeah, we gonna
great value J. Cole.
Yeah, we're gonna dare him to actually beat somebody more than 3 times in a 7-game series.
No, I was gonna ask, what's Jason
Kyle
Tatum's
Lowry.
moment? Like in all honesty, like
He don't got one.
to me, I'm
Texas Kobe?
I'm waiting for.
Stop it.
Come on.
Y'all gotta stop.
I'm waiting for Jason Tatum to have his LeBron games. What was that, game 5 against the Celtics moment where he cut it on and all of a sudden I'm the best player in the world. I dropped 45. We're gonna finally get over this hump. I'm waiting for Jason Tatum to have that moment. He can score out of his mind, and then all of a sudden, playoff time, I don't see him.
We waited for that for LeBron for 8 years in Cleveland, and it never happened until he went to Miami.
And
we still waited a year.
So Jason Tatum has to leave.
I'm not saying that, but
Come on, LA. You want to be a Laker anyway.
That too, but
LeBron retires. Jason Tatum becomes a Laker and runs with AD. Sign me up. The light skin allegiance.
Sure.
I'm saying it's okay to wait that long as long as he delivers. He still got y'all make it seem like 7 years is a long time. You know how long we waited for LeBron to be great?
He's right.
That's true. I mean, but at least he got. I mean,
Wait, MJ was in the league 6 years before he got his first one.
No, it's true.
It's
but I
not
mean,
that long.
It's
Just stop propping Jason Tatum up. There.
I'm not propping
The
him up,
media.
but his talent alone says he needs to be up in the top tier.
His stats are forcing you to put him in that conversation.
We're not
But
propping him.
I've never
his
had that.
postseason play is telling me I don't need to.
I'm just saying though, like I've never talked to somebody casually and be like, "Yo, who your top 5 in the league right now?" And like Jason Tatum is top 2 and not 2. I've never heard that. But literally, when you look at the numbers, the media has to talk about him. He plays for one of the most historic teams in the league, and his numbers say that he's one of the best performers the game has.
And he's not a fraud. Just in the playoffs.
But
when
even
it
in
counts.
the playoffs is more so in
When
the
it counts.
biggest
It matters.
games, game 7s.
So again, at that point, I think now we have to start having that almost Peyton Manning
I was just
conversation.
about to say Peyton
There you
Manning.
go.
Just about to say Peyton Manning.
Yeah, that's
So
kinda it.
what happens if they don't make it to the finals? What happens
This
What,
year?
what did we say about Jason
Well,
Tatum?
he's made a finals.
I'm saying about this year.
Gotta-
What if they don't make it
This
or,
year?
or if they do and he has a
were you about to say,
lackluster
Breeze?
performance?
You about to say something about him being in the finals?
Wait, what? Oh, no, man.
I'm with you. I feel like
This would be
that
a
might be who
letdown.
he is when it matters.
This is the year for them to come out.
This
the
is
East.
the year?
No, it's got to be the year.
He going to listen. If he nuts up again in the postseason, you got to delete Kobe's number out your phone, bro.
Y'all gotta
All right,
stop.
let's
the
stop
Kobe
bringing
stuff.
Kobe.
Let's move
Moving
along.
on. Chai had a question. Did we answer this question already?
I don't know.
Did my Knicks win the trade deadline? And is Spencer Dinwiddie the answer for the Lakers?
Who did the Knicks trade for?
Right. Oh, the Knicks gave away. Who?
Did they get?
I know they got OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
I
I don't keep up with the Knicks.
I don't care about the Knicks. The second round team.
I think Spencer, he adds a different scoring, much needed scoring to our team.
He's your 6-man scorer.
Yeah, so that's helpful come playoff time. So as far as defense, he doesn't give us anything on defense.
Oh, the Knicks also. Wait, what? The Knicks got Bogdanovich And Buddy Hield. No, Buddy Hield with the Philly. So the
Bojan
Knicks got
Bogdanovic?
Bojan Bogdanovic, and then they got OG Anunoby.
Second round.
I don't think
A
it
strong
moves. I
second
don't
round
think it
team.
moves the needle that much.
I don't. I'm not now picking them to beat Miami, Boston, or even Milwaukee.
They going 7 with Miami.
They're going 7
They're
with
losing.
Cleveland. They're losing Miami in 6.
So same as last
Jimmy's
year.
not playing around with these people.
Yeah, it's fine.
So it'll make for entertaining basketball,
Madison Square Garden gonna be sold out.
of course.
Oh yeah, and Jimmy gonna crush him and Scary Terry.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I still like seeing New York just get crushed for no
Oh,
reason.
it's so much fun.
It's beautiful.
They're okay.
All right, cuz
Do you agree with the take of they need to put the All-Star game as whoever wins gets the home
court.
How do you feel about that?
Wins what?
The game.
Yeah, to
Like,
make,
it's
to
a
make the
mix-
game
But it's a
matter.
mix of a game.
No, they went back to East versus West.
yeah.
Oh, so all right. So whoever comes out the West gets Get out of here.
I mean, it's an added incentive. I don't think they will still care. It doesn't matter.
Nah, I'm good on that.
I play for Orlando. I make it to the finals.
All right.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
Matt.
legit.
You're our resident women's basketball analyst. You had thoughts.
I think the Sabrina Ionescu playing Steph Curry in the 3-point contest was great for just overall women's basketball exposure. I think people got to see like, oh wow, she can shoot. And when Caitlin Clark comes into the league, I don't know if she's gonna be the better than Sabrina at day one, but she's gonna be at least a top 3-point shooter in the league. Her, Kelsey Plum, there's a whole lot of different people. But also I was thinking, it's just great to see that women's basketball, the talent, like you can't ignore the talent that's coming into the league. Like if you look at the latest mock draft, I think Angel Reese is around 4 to 6. And she was proclaimed the best player last year. And she's at 4 to 6. Still with Paige Beckers returning another season. Caitlin Clark is number 1. If you look at the mock draft, I want to say maybe the top 12 names any other year, maybe like past like 4 or 5 seasons, they'll be like a top 3 pick. There's only like a select few amount of teams in the WNBA. The talent that's coming into the league, into the NCAA is crazy. They're going to have to expand. There's going to have to be more teams because the talent is it's increasing, or at least increasing roster spots. Because you have too many talented women that will get drafted in the first round and will make the roster spots.
That's crazy.
The talent is insane. You have to at least have 20 teams, 26 teams.
I find it very interesting. I feel like they have to do something, and if you have a creative enough mind to figure it out, it'd be great. Because where the Steph Curry effect, in my opinion, has hurt the NBA, it's allowed women's basketball to be, because I think we've talked about on this show a lot. If you actually watch the women's game, they're way more technical.
Oh, way more
than the
skilled.
men's.
They have to be.
That's
Though.
the average
Like
skill
they
level.
just know how to
Oh,
play
yeah.
basketball, right? So now all of a sudden, when you see shooters out here, I'm like, okay, well now everybody wants to pull up from the logo. Okay, well like these girls just know how to shoot. They don't care about dunking. They don't care about jumping high. They don't care about all the acrobatics and all the highlights like that. They just care about being technically savvy and playing ball. I can shoot better than you. So now all of a sudden you get all this talent. Now the Steph Curry effect has had a very, like, to see all these stars come up in the the WNBA. What's it doing for the pro game? Nobody. That's why I say it's Steph Curry in the field. What he's doing isn't like anybody else. Like even Caitlin Clark, what she's doing is great, but there's a lot of women that can shoot the ball like that. Nobody can shoot the ball like Steph. But now all of a sudden you see how skilled these girls are, these women are, and now you're getting more of that. What can I do with that? There's got to be somebody out there that knows how to use it. I don't think it's necessarily expanding, because I wouldn't mind seeing, especially now, you see how these teams they're loaded. In the NBA, that you want to see stacked teams.
True.
That's what it is. So now imagine all these stacked teams. It's almost like the beginning of the WNBA when you had the comments you had with Tina Thompson, you had Cheryl Swoops, you had Cynthia Cooper.
Don't be Cheryl.
That's a stacked team.
Yeah.
Right? So if you can get that in WNBA and now market it better, or at least tie in what you're doing with the All-Star game, That was fun.
Yeah.
Make it more fun. I think some of these girls will probably beat a lot of these guys in the shooting contest.
I think if Sabrina had a second round, she probably would have got Steph because she came out hot.
Maybe.
And maybe because she was also shooting NBA range as well. Maybe if she was shooting her range, who knows? But
She
to keep up with the greatest shooter in NBA history,
can hit that range.
Is crazy.
I think I'm with cousin Matt, and here's the reason why. Yes, teams are stacked, but there's still, and this is a little bit of a lazy take. There's a little bit of a Boston in the '60s feel right now with the Aces. They've won back-to-back. They missed 1 year, but they were in it the year before that. So 3 of your last 4 W championship matchups has included the Vegas Aces, and you look at that roster, you're not surprised, right? Expand it and spread that talent just a little bit more to where now, instead of me personally, there are some times I'm like, I just want to watch Vegas. Like, I know Vegas is the best team out there. You want to watch Vegas. Spread those players out a little bit, right? So, first of all, shame on ESPN and these national writing pundits. I can't find a women's mock draft past December, which is a shame.
I had to go to Tankathon.
That's a crying shame.
And
we're looking at the same thing.
That's a crying shame.
There's Twitter profiles that'll do with their own, which is nice because I follow them. But the last one I see on Tankathon is updated, and it goes Caitlin Clark to the Fever, Brink to the Sparks, Cardoso to Chicago, Rakia Jackson to the Sparks. So the Sparks have like 3 of the top 8 draft picks. And Angel Reese is going 7 to the Lynx. The talent.
So now imagine if you get LA, which
this is where
great media market. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, this is where I was going with that, right? So so not this past year, but in 2022, Connecticut played for the championship. They lost to Vegas. This year, Connecticut is about to get Elisa Peely.
Yeah, Peely, crazy. Utah,
who's a hooper. They was just in the championship 2 years ago. So, and here's my other issue, and I don't want to talk too long. Every time a player like this comes in, another player who is of W caliber gets pushed out because there's so few rosters. We're missing out on some other good women hoopers who the rosters are just limited. Yeah. So they just have to go play somewhere else. And so I think if you add just maybe a couple more teams, now you got somewhere for those women to go. Now we have even more good talent able to stay in the league. As opposed to the NBA, there's not enough good talent to truly fill the rosters. The there's not enough rosters for all the talent.
Yeah, there's no reason you should get drafted in the first round and then be without a job.
Correct.
You gotta go overseas. It's like what's going on?
The guard from LSU last year won a championship, got drafted in the first round.
She's a Globetrotter.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm with you. Expansion.
Yeah, they said Golden State's getting a team, and there's another rumored team out there. But I'm still saying like you got to add like 2 more teams because the talent is crazy.
You got to be able to house the talent that's coming in.
Yeah. So
all right.
What big market doesn't have one?
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah.
Florida.
We can take 2.
Does Cali has 1?
Florida got
Cali needs 2.
Texas doesn't have one.
But Cali's getting the Golden State.
There's
team.
one in Dallas.
Okay, yeah.
Dallas Wings is 1.
Oh, I'm tripping.
New York
Dallas
has
Wings.
1.
Yeah,
Atlanta's
Liberty,
got 1.
Atlanta Dream.
You got 1 in DC. You got 1 in New York. You got Connecticut. So I think it's Miami, right?
Yeah, Miami.
Or Vegas. Oh no, you got the Aces.
I also think most major markets should at least have 2 teams.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have enough to put 2 in each, but if you can add, who was the first state you said?
Golden State's getting 1, but Florida needs 1.
Add 1 in Golden State, put 1 in Miami.
I'm with that.
Yeah, I'm definitely with that.
You could put 1 in Denver. You could.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Any more thoughts on WNBA, NBA, anything basketball related?
It's this really ties into that, and I've been meaning to grab on this for a couple of weeks. And Shaw asked a question about it. I think he kind of he was leading me into it. The fact that there are more star names in women's college basketball than there are men's college basketball. Who's the best player in men's college basketball? Go.
LeBron.
Bronny James.
That's the biggest name. Who's the best player in men's college basketball? Who is it?
Wasn't the boy from Alabama?
What week is it?
Kid from Kentucky. What's his
Who?
name?
There's always a kid from Kentucky.
No, he's fun to watch, but Dillingham, he's not the best player in the country. No. Who's going to win player of the year? I can tell you who's probably going to win player of the year. Nobody cares. Who? Zach Edey.
I don't know who the hell that is.
The kid from Purdue. He's like 7'4".
The kid from Tennessee, the white guy, the white boy.
That's the best player in the country.
Yes.
That's the best player in the country.
Oh, the 3-point shooter.
The shooter.
Nice.
Yeah, he's nice.
He's nice.
He's nice. That's the best player in the country, though.
Is he? Oh, I don't know.
I think
That's
so.
that's my point.
I saw him playing. I was like, we need to beat him.
That's
He
my
kept
point.
shooting.
10 years ago, that's an easy answer.
Yeah.
Or it's an argument because you have several guys who are worth being in that conversation. Men's college basketball is stinky. It's a stinky product.
I can name like 20 women basketball players like that.
Like literally, like
Balling.
who are the one and dones? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like where are the Zions and the?
They're coming. That Cooper Flag is on his way.
I can't wait to get to Duke fast enough. Like where are the Mellos and where are the Kevin Durant? Like where are they? Men's college basketball is garb. I can't name 3 guys on this UConn team.
And again, you wonder why guys in years 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 are still contending for championships in the NBA.
No, they're the best players in the league.
Yeah.
Not just contending for championships.
But no one is coming into the league to contest that.
That's
what
my
he's
point.
No, he's right. There are a handful of guys who are coming up, but it's like, man.
I think
it's bad. It's a bad product.
Do you think they're because it's one and done? They don't stay in college and get
they're
developed?
actually staying now. They're no one and done. Nobody's worth it.
Is it the like?
Who was the number 1 recruit in the country last year? I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
No, they're not one and done. They're staying in college because they know they're not going to be able to stick in the league.
It's not a problem that could be fixed though. It's just the talent we're in a dead spot when it comes to talent.
AAU basketball has completely killed the skill-based foundation that used to be men's college hoops.
So you have to have like a generation of talent where it doesn't matter.
A guy has to come along where I'm committed to my craft and just being great beyond what's just being asked of me.
Right.
Because there's somebody who's teaching him that, a dad, an uncle, or a coach, or somebody's like, hey, look, no, you're going to do more than go out here and shoot 15 threes because it's AAU ball and you can do that. We're actually going to build some skills for you. And we're going to play some defense. Cooper Flag has a ton of blocks. And I had to look, he's only like 6'8". But he actually protects the rim. You know what I mean? Like he actually is competitive. There's that fire within him. It's beyond just, I'm going to just show up, score 30, and then go, hop on TikTok. Like it requires like stuff like that. And that's why, obviously I'm excited about him coming to play for Duke. But when you look across the country, it's like, where are these people?
You're right.
Where Shed from Houston? Is he like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the game is just being completely withered away. But AAU ball, you show up, you shoot as much as you want to if you that dude.
The funny thing is, though,
you get the Instagram likes and you move on.
Well, the sad part is that's being reflected in what that product was on Sunday.
Kinda, yeah. Same thing.
Let's
They
just
gotta go somewhere.
It's an all-star game. The best guys are on 2 teams. Let's just have a dunk contest. Let's just shoot from half court. This is what you guys want to watch.
But the problem is though, like LeBron ain't doing that when the playoffs start. Those guys, I think for those guys, they have earned the right. And if you're a viewer, if you're a young kid watching that, you got to be able to separate the two. Like, yeah, they're goofing off. Yeah, sure, it's LeBron and it's KD and it's Book and it's Jason Tatum, but they're goofing off. When it come time to get that real money, when it's time to get that championship, they not doing that type of stuff. Right. So you're doing that in your real games. Yeah. They're doing that in their play games. You got to be able to separate the two.
Yeah,
right.
I get it, but at the same time, that there's something there which we already know. Again, 14 years later, we know what separates Steph and KD and LeBron and Jimmy Butler. We know that. What's separating everybody else? So when you got these guys just goofing off and they don't want to go hard at each other no more and they don't want to prove it, when you got that kid who's 16, 17, yeah, I can go in and drop 30. You just talked about the dudes like, yeah, we got some work ethic though. Some of these guys, they wake up, they're talented, or they just wake up and they're 6'8".
A lot of them just wake up.
They wake up.
Yeah.
So
it's what you do. It's what you do with that 6'8".
So what's driving you to now get to the league and say, you know what? I actually want to bust Anthony Edwards. Like John Morant wants to put everybody on a poster. I don't know if that's just because he wants to highlight or is he just that competitive?
I think he is.
Are we insinuating?
You see what I'm saying? Like I think that's the difference.
I think
with a lot of dudes.
I think some have it, like SGA.
Yeah.
I think SGA, like,
he's
I want to be
he's
one
a dog.
of the best.
He's a dog.
Yeah.
Are we insinuating that the women are outworking the men?
100%.
They have to.
But low key, they probably have been for years, and now it's really just becoming so obvious.
And it's probably because we don't have nobody to look to in the men's sport. So
Because-
we're like,
because
it's
I
these
feel
women
like
over
they
here.
don't work as hard.
They don't have to. If I can show up at 6'9", 6'10", and I jump out the gym, I don't have to really develop a ball handle. I don't really have to play defense. I don't really have to learn the game. I can just show up and just jump high.
It's even more
Cassius
reason-
Stanley at Duke. I can just show up and jump high.
And it's not enough
Sean
anymore.
Stewart. I can just show up and jump really high. It's gotten me this far. It got me to Duke.
I'm ranked 5th in the country.
It got me to Duke. Just being tall and jumping
To
high.
your guy, again, this is why I hope that people in these latter years appreciate LeBron James, because he woke up the most gifted athlete I've ever seen next to Bo Jackson.
And
right?
And then add work ethic with
Work ethic, and he's also probably one of the smartest basketball players
He
I've
very
ever
much understands
seen.
the game.
savant.
Right?
Yeah.
Like he is, but he loves to play. KD loves to play ball.
Yeah.
So that part, no, you don't just get that. You have to learn and work for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't have that part, I don't know what you guys are gonna do. So if you're not watching that part of LeBron James' game, just like, oh my God, he's 45 years old, he's still playing good. No, he's smarter than everybody else.
Yeah.
That's why he's still able to play so good at year 20.
That, and he's just a physical freak in terms of
Sure.
no
Yeah.
major
But-
injuries.
Yeah.
Hold on,
28
LeBron took
seasons
off. I think
in.
he posted on the IG like LeBron took off like in the dotted line. It ain't look the same.
It touched-
he barely
almost got
got
blocked by the
it-
rim.
it-
Yeah.
great.
It barely got
But he
there.
did it.
He did it.
At
But
that age.
You know what's crazy? That dunk was better than Jaylen Brown's dunk.
absolutely.
All right. Moving on.
And at that note,
Let's take a quick break and we'll jump into some NFL/college football action.